It's another figure painting video, and this chap is probably going to be quite hard to see, but it is the namesake of one of our cats. You saw me paint the Brigadier, and we have a cat called Brig, and this is Strax, who is the oldest one of our cats. He's in his butler's uniform, and because he is quite a dark-skinned character, I've started from a black base coat this time, and I was hoping that I didn't actually need to do much painting on the base, but there are a few spots where the base sort of silver of the miniature is just showing through, so I will just touch that up, ready for the next colour. Now, as usual, I am going to do a dry brush of grey around the base, but because he is in a black butler suit, the way that I do black clothing is to do a black undercoat and then a dry brush of grey over the top and then re-ink back in black. So I am not, on this miniature, going to be too worried about doing all of that, because we're just going to darken it back down again in any case. Right, he's already starting to look, well, more like a figure than a potato. Now, I did want this properly dry for this stage, and there's going to be a fair amount of drying time on the next stage. This is black wash, and I am going to use a neat coat of that, no watering down, and that is all over his suit, because then we have highlighted and shaded it all in one. It's very hard to, or I find it very hard to get shading and highlights on black cloth, and this is the best way that I have found of doing it. And then once that is dried, yep, I can move on to other colours. It's just occurred to me that this is such a dark miniature that I'm actually getting a wee bit worried that it's going to come out okay on camera. However, we shall carry on. So the suit has been dulled down and there's some light and shade there, but he does have shiny boots, so, or shoes rather, so let's get them repainted with a proper coat of black. Right, okay, and now we'll start putting a wee bit more of his flesh colouring. Now, it's a very dark brown skin, and rather than using any inks on this, I'm just going to work up from a darker colour to a lighter one. Yep, starting to come together. That'll have to have a reasonable little dry before I start on any more skin colour, and I'm probably going to do the shirt the very last thing. Now, the next part is going to be probably quite painful. He's got very, very crisp white shirt, and painting that up over black is going to mean probably a good few coats. Yeah, it is going to need at least another coat, and then there's going to have to be some touch-ups because they are in nasty recessed places and have gone over. Right, I finally got the white sorted, and I've done the touch-up on those areas that I accidentally went over. So, we are approaching the final stages with this chap, and it is now time to just start bringing the skin tone down and giving it a bit of highlight. I'm going for the Tamiya brown, and I'm basically just brushing on the highlights, and then over brushing when we start getting to the features. That should dry off in no time, and a quick check on the paint guide shows that he has some brass or gold buttons. Get them dotted in. And then a very final coat, I am just going to do a wee bit of touch up just on those very exposed areas, or the very high ones, just to define those features a wee bit more. Up around his ears, across his brows, on his cheek, bit on the chin. Yes, I am happy with that.
And if you wish to see me partaking in your primitive festivities, I have left a link above and below in the description. However, before you view them, you should subscribe to this channel for the glory of the Sontaran Empire. Enjoy yourself, and I hope to meet you in the new year upon the field of battle, where I can crush the life from your worthless husk.